Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas, everyone! From some of Freddy's most beautiful people, or at least the ones who showed up with glue guns, ribbon, and a willingness to try wide-angle selfies. Now, before we go any further, let me tell you, getting that first picture was an Olympic event. These wide-angle shots were not designed for people over 55. I tried to slide my head into the frame 3 times, and on the 3rd attempt, I wasn't posing, I was praying. So if I look excited or slightly terrified, that's because this photo was my workout for the week. Sometimes Christmas arrives with a little extra quiet. The kind of quiet that sneaks into the house when the kids are grown, when routines shift, or when life looks a little different than last year. The quiet where even the kettle sighs louder than we do. Earlier this year, something simple and honestly miraculous happened. 2 women met in the Canada 55+ group. 2 strangers who were tired of sitting alone and tired of pretending that scrolling Facebook counted as socializing. We met in March. 2 people sitting on our own little bench thinking, well, this could be lovely or it could be awkward. Thankfully, it was lovely. It felt like something gentle was beginning. Something we didn't even know our hearts were hungry for. And then the bench didn't stay empty. 1 friend came, then another, then a few more. People new to Fredericton. People rebuilding life, people who had been widowed, people who needed laughter again, and people who desperately needed someone else to help them find the scissors. Because apparently scissors grow legs when you craft. The Bible says, encourage one another and build each other up. And that's exactly what we began doing. Sometimes with encouragement, sometimes with coffee, and sometimes by gently saying, let me fix that bow before it ends up in the modern art category. We crafted. We shared food. We told stories. We checked in on each other. We laughed at our mistakes and celebrated our creations, even when our centerpieces looked like they'd survived a small Christmas tornado. And some of us showed up a little extra festive, because sometimes joy needs to be worn, and sometimes it needs batteries. And that's okay. It adds character. Speaking of food, I genuinely believe Jesus would have loved this group. I once went through an entire gospel and wrote down every single time Jesus ate. He ate a lot. Fish, bread, more bread. He basically lived on carbs and long walks, which honestly sounds like every diet I've ever started. I'm convinced half the miracles began with, Jesus, we forgot the snacks again. But truly, Jesus used food the same way we do, to bring people together, to heal hearts, to turn strangers into friends, and to make sure no one sat alone at the table. What began as 2 has grown into a small, beautiful community, around 15 people. Not everyone can come every time, but the bench is always there, waiting, welcoming, ready for whoever needs a seat. And yes, there's always room for 1 more chair, especially if your project somehow takes up the entire table, which some of us have no problem doing. And of course, nothing brings people together quite like food. A little comfort on the table, a lot of kindness around it, and the age-old Christmas mystery. All right, who made these deviled eggs? Together, we created things with our hands. But more importantly, we created a place with our hearts. A place where no one has to be alone. Not at Christmas, not in the quiet seasons, and not on those chaotic craft days when we somehow lose the tape 14 times. So if you're out there facing a quiet Christmas, if you feel a little lonely, if you wish you had a bench to sit on with someone, I want you to know you're not alone. Not here. Not now. And definitely not if you like glue guns. And listen, if you really want to feel part of our little community, just walk in the door and say, okay, who's got the nippers? Because let me tell you, we spent half the day trying to find those things. The nippers disappeared more often than the scissors. And the scissors were buried under so much ribbon, they probably saw things no scissors should ever have to see. But maybe that's the beauty of this group. We can always find what we've lost, whether it's our tools, our laughter, or a bit of ourselves. This is Reverend P, your pastor on a park bench. And if this little group has taught me anything, it's that even in the quietest seasons, hope grows when people show up for one another and bring snacks. May your Christmas be gentle, joyful, and filled with people who lift you up. Go with God and always stay a little bit spicy.